Ugh, don't mind me, I'm just a mess. Ugh. I just had my 2-week checkup after egg retrieval checkup with my doctor, and it started really well. She was really excited to tell us about how well our embryos are doing and how they were graded so well, and that was so exciting, and I was excited to hear about that too. But I guess my biggest fear going into this appointment was that, she was gonna have us wait a month from now or so to do the transfer, and that it wasn't going to be as soon as we thought it was. I mean, already I thought it was going to be on the next cycle, which had already passed. So the thought of having to wait longer than that was a lot. But when I went in there, she highly recommends that I do 30 days once my next cycle starts, which is, probably in 2 weeks or so. She recommends at that point that I start to do 30 days of letrozole and another medicine to really suppress the endometriosis and make sure that I have the best chances. That exceeded, my biggest fear going into the appointment, because that's not a month from now. That would be, if I started in 2 weeks, the cycle, and then I took medicine for 30 days, and then I had to wait another, 2 or 3 weeks after that, then that, it just pushes the date back a lot. The second option would be to start my next cycle in 2 weeks and then start the process earlier, which would still mean that if we started in 2 weeks, they'd have me on birth control for 2 weeks after that, and then a week later they'd put me on another medicine, and then we'd start to do the transfer. So it's still looking like the earliest would be the beginning of April, and sorry, I'm just emotional because this process comes with just so much waiting, and waiting is just the hardest part. If we did that, it would be early. The earliest would be early April, and then, we'd find out if it was successful a couple weeks after that. I was just talking this morning. With my best friend, Nicole, about this appointment and how I was worried that, we were going to have to wait another month. A month meaning the procedure would be at the month mark. And how it's so crazy how long, we've been waiting. For all of this to be successful. And I was saying oh, isn't it crazy? We went on this cruise together. Me, Brandon, Nicole, and her boyfriend went on a cruise together, and we called it oh, it's gonna be my last hurrah before, I really get pregnant, because there's no way it would take me longer than however long, right, to get pregnant. And that was a couple years ago. And then I said, oh, isn't it crazy? Like, you know, it ended up not working out after the cruise. And we had this really awesome Christmas 3 Christmases ago with our old friends from high school. And I thought at that point, like, oh, this was so awesome. Like, we had so much fun. You know, maybe the weight wasn't so bad because now I can go and I can get pregnant, but we had these great memories, and I brought that up. And then, like, it's become this thing that every birthday since I thought I could get pregnant has been like, this is gonna be my last birthday. Before I'm pregnant, and like, let's do something. You know, you just find like those silver linings in every weight and every situation, or you try to make up for it and do things that make you feel good. But like, after all of those years of waiting, like, this was the birthday. Like, my birthday's in the end of March, and I knew, like, whatever happens, like, if we have to wait till early March, which was like what I already thought was a long time, then I would know by my birthday and we could celebrate, or we could go do something that weekend, and we'd either be celebrating or we'd be sad, but we'd be doing something together. And like, we've been talking a lot about my birthday and what we should do. And now it's just not happening, and it's frustrating, and it just is emotional. Okay. I'm not gonna rant anymore. It's been 7 minutes. I need to get off this and go tell Brandon what's going on, because he wasn't able to make it. So, anywho, maybe throughout the weekend I can do an update with him or something, pull something together. But right now I'm going to talk to Brandon. I'm gonna go treat myself to something that probably includes chocolate. Anyways, the rest of the weekend's gonna get better. I'm gonna go do some fun stuff, try to feel better. So, have a great weekend, and I will check back with you later.